product that I'm reviewing on my headphones right now, and it doesn't have any really great latency. I pushed it all the way out, but let's get to what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna take these off. So this is what we're doing. We're doing the YoloBox Pro. Okay, so this is a great multi-stream. I started off using the my computer, a game card, and a camera. And then I went to the Sling Studio, which is a great device. I still have it and I still use it time and time again. But I wanted to be able to replace it with something because, as you know, Sling Studio was a subdivision of Sling Network. And when Sling Network started to die off, they sold off Sling Studio Subnetwork to Dish Network, which put it on a shelf for further development and never got back around to it. And you know, the dish companies are kind of going down right now, so I don't see them actually coming back with YoloBox. I wish they, or Sling Studio, I wish they would, but I had to find something to substitute my Sling Studio for my switching live stream. So what I did is I got the YoloBox Mini right here. And this was great because upside down. This was great because it has one port for actually HDMI in, a serial port, which I could trick sometimes by using a game card and make it a secondary input. It has a HDMI out, the cable connection straight to your network, two inputs, and the charging port and a headphone port. This is great. On the bottom, it's got a card chip, and it also has a chip for SIM card. Now, for the longest time, I had problems with the SIM card. I was trying to get SIM cards from providers, and they were just not working because they needed an IME code for a cell phone or whatever else device you were using, and it just wouldn't work because the IME code for these aren't in most of the actual carriers. So what I did is I started looking and looking online and looking online and looking online, and I finally found a company that makes SIM cards. They're mostly for cameras, so that you can actually get a connection to your camera. And it's called the EIoT Club. And I did a review on that, and I'll put it in the comments below when I do this video. And I tried it out and it worked perfect. So I went ahead and got two SIM cards, one for my YoloBox Mini and one for my YoloBox Pro. So that's what I use when I'm out in the field. It's like you pay as you go kind of deal, like a pay as you go cell phone, but it's really great. I have a good time on it. Hold on for a minute. I want to switch to my comments tab so I can see if anybody's watching. But it's pretty good. I had a good time with it. It did what it was supposed to do. So now, coming around to what happened. Once I got the YoloBox Mini, I started using it for my live stream, and it was working really good. If I needed two cameras, I would plug in into my serial port the game capture card and run the serial card, or run it out through my camera link, or through my camera HDMI Mini on my my camcorders, and it worked really great. So I thought, man, this is great. So I used it mostly for red carpet events, one-on-one talks where somebody could use a microphone, and then I had my DJI mic minis, or not minis, but my DJI mic 2s, which I use for a regular handheld microphone that people could pass back and forth. So that was cool, but I wanted to be able to get back to my multi-switching camera, which the Sling Studio provided, but the Mini doesn't really provide. You can do it. And the other thing about the Mini is there you had to use the screen, and this thing is the size of a cell phone, to be exact. This is my 15 Max, and as you can see, the 15 Max is actually taller than it, but not as thick as it. So I was like, okay, well, cool. I need to get something else. So I went ahead and I went ahead and got the YoloBox Pro, and I figured I'd try it out. And so this is part of my test on it. I'm live streaming right now from the house. So let me show you how this setup looks, and I'm gonna go back to my tabs. Now I'm actually using the YoloBox Pro with the YoloDeck, which is kind of like the Stream Deck from Elgato, which is really cool because the Stream Deck actually works in OBS, which when I had the computer, game card, and camcorder set up, that's what I used back and forth for. And I have one around here somewhere, but I'm not gonna look for it right now. So let me show you what my setup looks like. It's on 3. So now you see it's a quick switch to my setup. You can actually see the what I have programmed in for the 4. I have actually 3 cameras and a video setup, and I can switch between the 2 on the deck right here. So the first 4 are my 4 cameras. I have overlays set there. So if you want to, let's go to my first overlay. Follow me on YouTube. There's my YouTube handle. So I can push that on and push that off. So these are all push buttons, so it makes it much more easier instead of going up here and using the screen. Now, I do have to use the screen when I'm doing stuff like voice, like my what do you call it, my audio mix, but I do have the mixing tab that I can bring up right there, so it shows you my mic is live and my video is live, but the video is not playing. Once I push the video on, I'll turn off the mic, and I'll turn off my mic that's on me, and we'll be able to hear just the video. So what I'm going to do is, before I go any deeper into this, let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing. Here we go. I'm going to the video. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a real quick unboxing of the YoloBox Pro. And the top comes off. You can see it has a cover glass protection plate that comes with it. The actual YoloBox Pro itself lifts up and out of the slot. It's pretty thick. See all the little ports, all the bottom ports, power plugs, sides, and its back. And that's the YoloBox. You get a quick guide with the QR code on it. In the bottom, you get a book. You get a key for opening up the port for putting in an SD card or a SIM card. You get an Allen wrench. You get the little stand that comes with it. You get a USB to USB-C and a USB to USB-C to USB-C. So you get 2 cables in there. So that's everything in the YoloBox, and that's basically the unpacking. Pretty quick and easy, down and simple. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick unboxing. Back to me. You can see the videos on a loop, but I went ahead and stopped it. I got my hearing back on because I had to stop the background music for a minute, but you can see that it's a pretty good sound, and I'm using the DJI mic minis, and I have the receiver set up on the stand along with the well, let me show you. Go back to it. So I'm using my keys again, and that is number 3. So it's going to take me a while to get used to it, but you can see that right here is the mic mini, and it's running low because I've been testing this kind of all night. It should be all green, but it's getting low on power. That's what it's telling me. So I don't have long in this video, which, yay, that's good. But you have the all my picture scenes up top. You have all my my actual, and this is set for saving your recording every 10 minutes because I'm actually recording this too, so I can actually go back and edit it. So I'm gonna put a little bit of music back in the background again. You can hear the fireplace going. I have the Christmas Yuletide on my big screen in front of me. Um, let's go look at the product itself because okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My mic minis died on me, so I had to grab my mic twos. So now you're hearing the mic twos. I'll show you that real quick. Um, go back to number 3. So now you can see the mic 2 is hooked up. It's supposed to be better sound quality because the mic minis aren't made for like big jobs. They're kind of like the Hollyland Larks, which are Hollyland Lark M2, M3, M2s, which are pretty cool themselves. But that's what these are made for. Now, one thing, let me show you this real quick though. Now, one thing about the mic minis is that everything fits along with the windscreens inside the mic mini case. The mic mini case is not as it's the same thickness as the mic mini twos, but as you can see, the box is way shorter and it's more compact. What's really cool about this is the windscreens can't fit in the mic 2 case, but they can fit in this with them on. The other thing is the top of the case on the, let's see if I can get it to focus. The top of the case on the mini twos has the actual uh, cord in it, so everything can fit right into this case where it can into this. But this has a 32-bit float. This does not. This they both have noise cancellation, and they both are really good sets. This one's a little bit quicker on the go because I can throw this in my pocket and not need any of the rest of this because this comes with this big case on the mic 2 set, and this I can just put this in my pocket and go. So enough about that. I'm not on the mic DJI mics. I'm on the actual YoloBox Pro. So let's go back to the YoloBox Pro, and we're gonna go online so that we can look. This is the input from my computer. Now I actually have three live inputs, um, and then one video on here. But I do have overlays and all the other stuff. So going here to here, you can see that the DJ or the YoloBox Pro is coming in at $948 on Amazon. Now the price went down once they came out with the Ultra because it was $999, but the price went down when it came to the Ultra. Now, the same thing about Sling Studio, it started off at $999 for the hub alone, but then you had to get the camera links, and each of the camera links cost $350. Now with this, it doesn't have camera links. It's straight direct connect. Like I show you right here. You can see the wires coming off the top right here. Those are my actual HDMI inputs. But Hollyland, and let me go to that real quick on another Amazon. Hollyland does sell, excuse me for a minute while I type in my another Amazon thing so that you can see. But Hollyland does sell the um, Hollyland Mars 400S, and those things are great. So they work really good. They're just like the camera links, but the camera links were $350. These are coming in at, and let me show you these right now. These are coming in at $298.99. Now, they were $548, but the price went down when DJI came out with their new camera link system, which is a whole different base system that works way better than these. But these are really, really good, up to about 400 feet. And I actually don't need to be 400 feet away from my camera. I can walk through the crowds, but I have tested it going down the street, walking down the street. I have tested it in a bunch of places. The thing that I really love about these transmitter receiver sets is they actually auto scan the channels, and they can change the channel, not doing the recording, but before, when you set them up, when you initially turn them on, they will scan for the best channel to go to, and they have like 8 channels, so it'll jump between the channels to get the right channel. And I have another set that are coming in, and when I get the second set, I'm gonna bounce the two sets at the same time to see if the channels interrupt. But that's on another video. So let's go back to the. I know you guys are getting carried away. Let's go back to the YoloBox. So now we're back on the YoloBox. As you can see on the YoloBox, you have 3 HDMI connections on the top. You have a serial port, which I have my YoloDeck connected to. And let's see what the YoloDeck is. YoloDeck is, now the YoloDeck is running about 146, I think it is. And it is really, one thing I don't like about this is that the there you go. So the YoloDeck is running about 149, and you can see it's got all the buttons on it. You see mine in front of it, and it connects into the serial port of the YoloBox. So that serial port is used up. Although there is another serial port, which is the one right next to the HDMI out, because you see the LAN cable right there. Then you got an HDMI out, and right beside that is another serial port, which you can use for streaming. Now I have used it in streaming, and I've used it streaming with my Pocket 3. It kind of sucks because it kept breaking up and stopping because I was running the audio and the actual stream through it, and it was just not really going good. I'm gonna try another experiment and see if I could actually run the sound through another port and just run straight audio or run straight video through the Pocket 3 and see if that works. But you have right over the top of that, you have actual um, audio audio hearing is the first one. The next two are audio inputs, and then the charging port at the end. At the bottom, you have, well, let's look at it on the top. There you go. At the bottom, you have, so that's the top. You can see everything across the top. At the bottom, you have, I don't think it shows the bottom. No, it doesn't. But at the bottom, I'll go back up to the top one. At the bottom, you have your SIM port, and you have a card port where you put all your graphics at, all your videos, and everything for you to actually pull into your program when you're doing it. I really like this thing. It's pretty nice. Um, I mean, with the Stream Deck or with the YoloDeck, it's really nice because I was pushing the buttons on the Mini, but this one, you just you set up your Stream Deck or your YoloDeck and you just go to town. I'm thinking it's really good. Um, I do have a SIM card in this one also, but I'm working off the Wi-Fi at home right now. It seems to be streaming pretty good. Let me go to some of the other things that it does. So we'll go back to camera 3, and we'll go back to right now. You're looking at the mixer, so I can program in what I want. I'm gonna take the video audio off right now, but it's set to play when it comes in. So you can actually set your video. Let me go to the controls. You actually have a video source where you can actually go in and you can select whether you want to fade, wipe, directional wipe. These are all transitions that you can do when you're transitioning. Right now, I have it set at cut for default. Let's go to a fade and let's check it out. So if I go to back to here, you'll see it actually faded in. Now I'm going to go to a wipe. You'll see it actually wipe in. I have a directional wipe, which comes across directional. Uh, a regular translucent. I don't know what that is. Oh, there you go. Or transition, tran translation, whichever it is. You have a window slice. Let's see how that looks. Oh, cool. You have a simple zoom. Oh, that one looks really pretty good. Cross zoom, a squeeze. Cool. You got to flip the page. Nice. You got a cube. Let's check that one out. Oh, that's cool. I like that one. So you can use all those are the transitions that come with it. You have a time duration on the top, so you can tell it what kind of time duration you have, and then you can go back and you can do different things in your settings. So this is your streaming mode, which right now I'm set up on YoloBox. Now, if you pay for a restream, the good thing about YoloBox, if you set up a YoloCast account, which you have to do to stream to different platforms, you can actually put in your platforms in uh, that YoloCast account. Now, YoloCast does offer a bunch of different stuff, and and I'm gonna see if I can get to my YoloCast account. All right, Yolo Live. That's my Yolo Live login. Stream for free with YoloBox. Okay, so this is my YoloCast account. When you log into this account, it'll show you some quick and easy ways to actually um, get online and stuff. It has a little tutorial right there, so I'm not gonna go through signing in and lining up, and I'm not gonna sign in while I'm live online. But once you pull up this YoloCast account, you can actually go ahead and um, set up your different platforms that you want to stream to. You can only stream to 3 platforms at a time. Um, but still, that's cool in spending all this money on restream accounts because I was spending a lot of money on restream accounts, but now with the once I got the YoloBox set up, I don't need to do that anymore. I'm just using my YoloBox restream. And if you're using the professional, which I'm using, it comes out pretty good. So let's go ahead and go back to the settings. So these are your different ways to stream. You have video switching modes. You have local video play modes. And this is where you can actually loop it or you can stop it at the last frame. One of the ones that I use a lot is local video switching. So it could stay on a continuous loop. That means when you go into it and cut off, it's going to keep playing, and when you go back into it, it's going to come back up where it was playing at. You can go resume first frame and pause when switching. So what'll happen is it's gonna pause the video when you're switching, when you switch out to like me, and then when you go back to it, it's gonna start at the first frame again. So it's gonna always be the beginning of the video whenever you switch to it, so you can go through the video. And that's the playback. That's what I did with the video that I did. Let's go back to camera three. That's what I did with this video down here, which is my unboxing video. I played through it a couple of times to make sure it was set, and then I just, when I went into it, it went straight to it. And then you have pause when switching, which means it will pause at the spot that you switch at, and when you go back to it, it'll resume. So that'll be good for if you're showing a video and you want to commentate on it. So you'll start the video, go, switch to yourself to make a comment on the part of the video you just did, and then switch back to the video and it'll pick up where it stopped. So that's what's cool about the video settings. This thing is really, really cool. SD card management, it'll tell you exactly uh, how much you use. Now this wasn't set up before, but it is now. It'll actually tell you how much room you have on your card, how much you use. As you can see right now, I've used like 500 megabytes, and I have 116 gigabytes left, and I think this is a 128 card. So it's cool. I like that because I can go in and tell if I need to switch out cards and put in a new card. You have your program out. You have your you can send your program out through your HDMI out, or you can send it out through your second USB-C port. Your streaming modes, we went over that. Your video out modes, encoder settings, recording limits. So now this is where you tell the video where to stop and drop off at. You have 20, 30, whatever. And then you have your storage settings, you have your replay settings, and your YoloCast configuration. This is where you actually set up your keys on your YOLO YOLO Stream Deck or your YoloDeck. Okay, so that's it for right now. I'll get back to you guys later. As always, please, please, please um, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, and subscribe to my YouTube. And follow me on TikTok as long as it's available. I'm Mike of Photos by Mike, making life stand still one picture at a time. You guys take it easy.